Today I am going to introduce Python programming language. Introduction to Python. Python has a simple syntax similar to the English language. Python has a syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming languages. Python runs on an interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed as soon as it is written. This means that prototyping can be very quick. This guy, Van Rusub, is the author of the general purpose programming language Python, which he started working on 1989 and is now among the most popular languages in use. What is Python? Python is an interpreted high-level general purpose programming language. Python's design philosophy emphasizes code readability with its notable use of significant indentation. What Python is it for? Python is a general purpose coding language, which means that, unlike HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it can be used for other types of programming and software development besides web development. That includes backend development, software development, data science and writing systems, scripts, among other things. Why Python? The Python language is one of the most accessible programming languages available because it has simplified syntax and not complicated, which gives more emphasis on a natural language due to its ease of learning and usage. Python codes can be easily written and executed much faster than the other programming languages. Basic syntax. Functions, classes, or loops in Python contains a block of statements to be executed. Other programming languages such as C or Java use curly braces to denote a block of code. Python uses indentation, a space or a tab, to denote a block of statements. So execute Python syntax. As we learned in the previous page, Python syntax can be executed by writing directly in the command line. So this is the example. So print hello world, then the result will be here. Or by creating a Python file on the server using the .py file extension and running it in the command line. So so this is the program, this is the file on the server, and it should be ended with .py. Creating comments, Python has commenting capability for the purpose of in-code documentation. Comments with a hashtag or with a hashtag or the number sign, and Python will render the rest of the line as a comment. This is the example. Number sign, then this is a comment. So that is the commenting. You have to put the number sign first. Python variables. So in Python, variables variables are created when you assign a value to it. So here, variables. This is the variables in Python. So we assigned a value. So x equals y. Y is equals to hello world. So that is a variable, and we have the value. Yeah, variable, and we have the value. So data types. In programming, data type is an important concept. Variables can store data of different types that can do different things. Python has the following data types built in by default in these categories, like string, integers, float, complex. For string, that is for the text type. For numbers, integers, float, complex. For the sequence type, list, tuple, range. So mapping type, DICT, or dict. Set type, set, frozen set. Boolean type, and this bool. Binary types, bytes, byte array, memory view. So operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. In the example below, we use the plus operator to add together two values. So the example here, print, close open parenthesis, 10 plus 5, then it should result, and the result would be 15. So Python divides the operators in the following groups. So these are arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators, bitwise operators. So these are the examples for arithmetic. We are going to use the plus, the minus, the multiplication, the division, percentage. Um, yes, that's and these are for the explanation, so for division, and the percentage would be for the modulus. And that's example: x plus y, x minus y, x times y, x divided by y, x modulus y, x exponentiation to y, then x is floor division to y. So here, so for Python assignment operators, for assignment, these are the examples. So can you refer to the list of the example for assignment operators? For comparison operators, these are the symbols or the operators. So please take note of that. So for logical operators, we use and, or not. So these are the examples. So and returns true if both statements are true. Returns true if one of the statements are true, that is for or, then not. Reverse the result. So that's the time that if you use logical operators. If you use else, if else, and else if else. So here for the identity operators, you will use is and is not. So there. And then for membership operators, we use in or not in. So these are the example. All right. So for bitwise operators, we use this operator, the and, the or the center slash, the XOR, the not sign, the zero fill left shift, and the signed right shift. So that is for the bitwise operators. Then for if else statement and condition, so Python supports the usual logical conditions from mathematics. So for equals, we use this one: a equals b, not equals, use exclamation point equals b. For less than, we use the less than sign. For less than or equal, we use the less than or equal sign. So greater than, this is the sign, greater than or equal to. So these conditions can be used in several ways. Most commonly in if statements and loops. So an if statement is written by using the if keyword. Example: a is equals to 33, b is equals to 200. If b is greater than a, then it should print b is greater than a. So this example, we use two variables a and b, which are used as part of the statement of the if statement to test whether b is greater than a, as a is 33 and b is 200. We know that 200 is greater than 33, and so we print the screen that b is greater than a. So for indentation, Python relies on indentation, white spaces at the beginning of the line, to define scope in the code. Other programming languages often curly braces for this purpose. So for Python, it emphasizes the indentation. Example: if statement without indentation will raise an error. So here, if a is equals to 33, b is equals to 200. If b is greater than a, then print b is greater than a, so you will get an error. So here is the correct one. So a is 33 is equals to 33, b is equals to 200. So if b is greater than a, then you have to put in the indentation or space or tab. Then it should result b is greater than a. So for if else, a is equals to 200, b is equals to 33. If b is greater than a, then it should print b is greater than a. Else, if the statement is true, if the statement is false, it should print b is not greater than a. So here, so if else, so to a is equals to 200, b is equals to 3. If b is equals to a, then it should print b is greater than a. If means is they are equal. So it should print if they are equal, the a and b are equal, then it should print a and b are equal. If the statement is false, then A is greater than B. So thank you. So now we are going to um, give an example. So here we go back. So we are going to demonstrate how programming works. So let's transfer here my face, transfer here so that we can see the program here. So this is how we code for Python. So example, we are going to empty this one. So if we are going to print, example, hello world, so we have just to print, put print, and then close open parenthesis. Then inside it is um, the what do we call this? The parenthesis. Okay, so we have to say hello, comma world. Then let's see the result downstairs. So Python is simply like this. Then when we run enter, then it should print hello world. Here is the result. So this is how Python simplifies the program or the coding. So yes, so moving forward. So when we move forward, okay, for okay, let's go back to for the explanation in here. Um, if we're going to have a file extension for Python, it should end with .py. So that's the indication that your file is for Python if we have the .py symbol. So here, how to make a comment. Okay, let's have it here. So if we are going to have a comment, commenting, so example here, we're not gonna remove that. So for comment, we use a number sign. So I don't know if you can see that. So here, number sign, and your comment is my first, my first code or program. My first program is the Hello World. So that is how you put a comment, so that you could easily identify if you have a very long code. Yeah, if like you have a list of how many codes, how many lines there, you could put comments so that you could sort it out. Which part of the code is this? Which part of the code is that? So that's how the commenting is used. So next is here for this portion. I hope my presentation here, you can see it. So here, so variables. So for variables, let's delete that. So for variables, example, age is equals to 33. So this is our variables plus the value. Then we print age. So when we okay, there you go. So just putting the you just have to command what are you going to command. So this is our variable and being created when you assign a value to it. So the next would be for load. Okay, just to give you some idea, let me go back to here. So and then here. So for string, if you're going to use a string, for string or str or string, it should be for numbers. I mean for text, like for string is equals to types like name, and then for integers is you have numbers like 33 as well as float, and then yeah, that's the example, some example of the data types. So let me just okay, next is for arithmetic. So for arithmetic, let me just simple as example. You have to say print um, what should like 33 minus like this one 1988 minus minus 2021. So it should print negative 33. So I just counting my age. I was born 1988 and today is this year is 2021. So this is the for the operators that actually we have few operators, but I'll just use the minus operators or the subtraction. So next would be okay. All right, we move to okay, we move to okay, so else statement. So if in if statement we have this I'll just copy this a is equals to 33 so that we have an explanation here. B is equals to 200. So if if B is less greater than A, so don't forget to use the colon, and then it should print. So yeah, the indentation here is automatic, so you have to print. So here B is greater than A. So this is how if. So if the statement is true, then it should print B is greater than A. So here, okay, it's correct. So next would be, all right, just to emphasize the indentation. So here, let's, let's use the, let's just use this code here. So for indentation, if this one is in here without indentation, it should throw an error. So here, so there is an error with the indentation. But if you're going to put indentation like tab, space, like I use tab, then it should, yeah, give a correct result. So that's how indentation works. So next would be for if else. For if else, let me see. Okay, for if else, it's the same code we're going to use. So else, if the statement is okay, else. So else example, if statement is true, false, then it should print. It should print. Wait, B is greater than A. So here, example. This is the if else example. So example, if we run this, since B is greater than A, so this is the condition. So when we run that, oh, wait a second. What did I do? If B print else, I got it the wrong spelling. So now, I'm so sorry about that, guys. I just misspelled the else. That. So here, so it should because the statement is true, then it is printing B is greater than A. But the example, we're going to make it B is the lower. We're trying to make it a false like that, so it should result B is greater than A. Okay. Okay, B is greater than. All right. So here, the next slide here for else All right, for else, elif. All right, just same code here. Just add. We're just gonna add elif. For elif, this means that both variables are equals. So here, if we put it back 200. Wait. Oh, it should print. I so sorry. Just a sleepy. I All right. So A and B. So in here, A and B are equal. A and B are equal. So there. Let's try. So if we make it equal, so let us see the result. Oh yeah, A and B are equal. So there, that's how it works. So yeah, guys, that's all for now. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. So hope everyone learned out from my discussion about Python. So all right, thank you and good day.